Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon to all who present today. Thank you all for making the time to visit today's webinar that is the Insight webinar series of Postgraduate Chemistry and Science Education Program. I'm Dr. Corina Abdul Talib, a senior lecturer at University Technology Malaysia, and I'm also the coordinator of Chemistry and Science Postgraduate Program. And today, the theme is Learn, Unlearn, and Relearn. Learn to unlearn what you think you know, so you can relearn what you need to know. Ladies and gentlemen, when individuals have the courage to recognize their own knowledge gaps and a willingness to broaden their perspective and embrace changes, they can truly thrive and grow. Look around you, and you can see the world regularly presents situations that require people to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Let me give you an example. Consider the demands placed on how individuals shift their approaches to work during the COVID-19 pandemic. Overnight, office workers had to adapt to virtual communication and workflow management tools, while if you are an educator, we have to relearn techniques for assessing students and deliver our teaching approach through new methods synchronous or asynchronous. Responding to changes with agility and open mind enables people to thrive in a constantly shifting world. This involves embracing a process of learning, unlearning, and relearning. Today's program is very unique from our last Insight webinar as we bring to you three speakers from various backgrounds that will speak based on today's theme. Dr. Patiban will give his speech on career enhancements with Masters in Education UTM. Ms. Zaiti will speak about why teachers should further the studies in Master or PhD. And Mr. Sulaiman Kazim will talk about Science Classroom, a pivotal instrument for technological development and application in the 21st century. So, let's welcome Dr. Patiban, Ms. Zaiti, and Mr. Sulaiman Kazim to the screen. Okay, how are you, Dr. Patiban?
Hi, Lata. I'm fine. How are you?
All right, great. You look energetic today. Thank you for making the time to be here today. All right, so how are you, Ms. Zaiti?
Alhamdulillah, I'm doing great, doctor.
Okay, you too look gorgeous, and thank you for being with us today. And how are you, Mr. Sulaiman Kazim?
I'm fine, thank you, Ma. Good afternoon. Nice to be on
Yeah,
the
good
show.
afternoon to you. Okay, great. So amazing, yeah. Okay, now to our online audience, let me explain how you can talk to us during the webinar. So if you have any questions during the presentation, just write them to chat. At the end of the session, we will have a Q&A session where the speakers will answer your questions. So before we proceed further, let's watch a video montage about UTM. Let's roll it.
UTM, University Technology Malaysia. Innovative, entrepreneurial, global. A global award-winning university in engineering and technology that coexists in the community to contribute to mankind. We invest in laboratories and facilities, empowering our people to solve life challenges. We nurture innovative minds through research and teaching because innovative minds drive competitive and innovative research culture. Life problems are brought into the labs to test our inventions against imperfections. Our facilities enrich our students' life because conducive environment triggers creative minds. We empower students to be active contributors in the ecosystem. UTM embraces inclusivity and diversity. Together, making a difference, our entrepreneurial talents continue to improve the quality of life. We reach out to where it matters, the society. Treating water for consumption. Our research products and services have made a difference to many lives. We provide engineering solutions for sustainable development, and our engineering solutions uplift the quality of life and well-being. Our experts are mobilized to affected sites to respond to calls for help. We are proud to serve and make a difference. UTM strives with total commitment to attain excellence in science, technology and engineering for the well-being and prosperity of mankind. UTM, prospering lives.
MashaAllah. Now, I would like to invite the first speaker, Dr. Patiban. Before that, allow me to introduce Dr. Patiban. So, Dr. Patiban was our ex-master student. He completed medicine at Medan, Indonesia, and served in government hospitals for 3 years. Diverted career pathway into education, where he joined UTM and graduated after his finished his 3 semesters. So he has been in STEM industry and worked as STEM and robotics trainer. Entered into academia by started as research assistant, and now he is a tutor at Clinical Skills Center, Faculty of Medicine, AIMS University, Kedah. So he engaged in various STEM-based programs, workshops, judging, and research. Patiban will be sharing with us his expert opinion on career enhancement with Masters in Education UTM. Dr. Patiban.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Okay, thank you, Dr. Gorina, for the wonderful introduction. Okay, and also I would like to say thanks for inviting me today to giving a speech in this wonderful webinar session. Okay, and as how Dr. Corina mentioned, my name is Dr. Patiban Arumugam. I'm origin from Johor and currently being a tutor in Clinical Skills Center, Faculty of Medicine, AIMS University. Okay, first of all, I did my medical studies in Indonesia and come back to Malaysia and served the government for 3 years. After that, I have decided that would like to divert my career pathway or change my career pathway more to academic side, academic and research. Okay, during that time, usually normal medical graduates that are drifting to another industry or another line of career will face some difficulties where they are unable to secure a good job at the beginning. So, because the famous two things that the employers would like to mention is that one, either they will say about the qualification, you're hired qualified, or the second, they will say that we don't have the specialty or the knowledge for the position that they are offering. So during that time, when I have clearly stated my mind to do in academics, that's why I enrolled in master's program, okay, master's in education, subjects chemistry, and I'm lucky to have Dr. Corina itself as my supervisor, where coached me a lot during the 2 years of master's program. And I also found out that by doing the masters, okay, it has really brought a huge difference in my career pathway. Initially, while doing my masters, I was conducting tuition classes for all the both secondary science stream students. And the first thing that I monitor was there are so many new things that I learned during my master's program with all my supervisors, including Dr. Corina. Okay, all these have created or molded me into a new different person. Okay, maybe we can say that all human beings are not perfect, but it is really mold me to being near to perfection. Okay, which I believe that most of us, okay, all of us can acquire knowledge by studying. Okay, but when we want to deliver the knowledge to someone, we need to know the art of teaching. Okay, that's what the most important thing that I learned during my master's program. Okay, the way to conduct class, how we want to get the focus attention of the students, how we want to make the students to learn better or easily understand a difficult stuff. Okay, and all of these have made me to use that knowledge during my classes, and I can see fruitful outcome where the students focus span on me and my teaching was longer, and the students results started to increase. Okay, they get much better result from the previous examination. Okay, although that we are enrolled in Masters of Education in Chemistry, but as I said, my Dr. Corina is a coordinator and also a specialist in STEM education. So I had followed her footsteps where together I learned about STEM education, which brings me more interest in STEM education. Okay, and this STEM education where I have followed Dr. Corina into conducting so many programs, workshops, within the university campus and also outside in the society. Okay, when slowly, okay, as first of all, when I entered social science in education, it's like a different field, okay, from my medical background. But initially, I had a lot of struggle, but Dr. Corina taught me a lot, and I managed to follow. The fruitful outcome is that when I have my resume and I can mention that I have attended this kind of STEM program, I have conducted this STEM program, okay, and so and so. So it makes me to be hired as a STEM trainer in one of a big STEM education industry. Okay, that is a big company where originated from Penang, but they have various branches almost in all states of Malaysia. So they opened one new branch in Johor and hired me as one of the manager there, and where I have used the STEM knowledge which I get from learning masters in education from UTM to conduct classes at the STEM based industry. Okay, it was really interesting because that was a new career pathway, and this was I was doing this while I was doing my masters. Okay, towards the end of the masters, I got appointed as a STEM trainer, and we also can see that the skills that are taught during the master's program is really crucial, where not to say they are very strict, the lecturers are super nice, okay, but they want to mold all the students into perfectionists, okay, where they can even identify the mistake that we did, even a small mistake, maybe just in order like a full stop or a comma, okay, and they have guided me how we should conduct a class, how we should prepare for the class. All these I have utilized, and I can see that it makes my life easier when conducting class in that STEM based company. And the knowledge that and the skills that I learn makes me better in the managerial position where to conduct class and also manage the STEM based industry. Okay, and we also used to develop product, okay, research and development. Initially, I don't have any research based knowledge, but that research based knowledge, first time ever I learned was by entering this master's program. Okay, and then this research based knowledge have really helped me to conduct research and development in that particular company, okay, industry, in developing modules, creating online games, and so on. Okay. But as we know that after I completed my masters, okay, the bad luck was it was during the pandemic, okay, and I need to wait it for a certain period of time for graduation. Once graduation, one received a certificate, so I started to apply for colleges and universities. Even though after I completed my masters, I have applied. Just that the university never neglected me. They just mentioned that during the pandemic they are not hiring anyone yet. so have to wait. And luckily, I got a call from this current university which I'm working, Ames University, situated in Kedah. Okay, initially I was applying for the post of lecturing in foundation studies, but due to no availability at that moment, so they offered me offered a position in Faculty of Medicine. So they asked me whether am I willing to enter for the interview. So I said okay, and then I said for the interview there were multiple candidates came for the same position because I think they were only going to hire one, as there is only one vacancy. After 1 month of post interview, I received the message that they hired me. Okay, and then in a short period of notice, is like around 2 weeks, I need to enroll to the job. So once I'm in the job, for the first day when I went and meet the dean to introduce myself, and then we had a long chat, and I asked the dean, so I would like to ask one question before I enter my faculty. So I asked him, there were so many candidates, okay, and mostly all of them are a similar background as me. What was the main reason that sir chose me? Okay, and then he just smiled and he said, because he was one of the interviewer at that time, and then he said that you spoke very well during the interview, not like the others. And then I was so happy because whenever during my master's journey, rather than sitting in the class, we were most outside in the community and also schools that giving programs and talking in front. Okay, and it has really made me bold or courageous to talk in front of the crowd. Okay. And then he was so surprised that even though I'm a medical background, I didn't follow the other medical backgrounds footsteps where they always used to follow like bioscience, bioengineering, okay, biomedical, but I choose education pathway. And also he saw that even though in the education, most of the research and activity that we did was in a STEM base, he was happy with that because he is looking for someone who can conduct medical classes. But nowadays, in reality, there are less medical graduates with education background. So he hired me. That's why whatever I learned during that time is really helping me out here because currently I'm working in a clinical skills center where I need to teach clinical skills for medicine, dentistry, and nursing students. Okay, and we are using most of it as simulation studies. Since I have learned the STEM background education, so I'm currently involving in technology-based medical education here. Okay, and one of it is the good thing is, from the first day that I joined here, I've become as a reference point. Okay, because there are a few other lecturers are working together with me, and we are conducting class together, different topics, but they are purely from medical background. So since they do not have any educational background, they will always come and look for me because we need to set up question paper, and then we need to do slides, okay, teaching and learning activities and so on. Usually all this while is like we just simply create questions, okay, simply give assessments. But when actually in reality it's not like that, okay, since I'm from that background, so we used to sit, talk, discuss, and give a proper teaching and learning for current medical students here. So, and the most important part is that since my medicine background and then I also having an educational background, it's going to get bridged together. Where for the PhD we are trying to move on with medical education, so specializing in just medical education, how to conduct medical education to the medical students, dentistry students, and so on. So it's clearly stated that, okay, I can see uh, behind my life for like 3 years back and up to today, can see that my life have go one step higher and higher from the beginning after I entered my master's program. Okay, from the degree when I wanted to develop to a new field, I become a tutor, teacher. Okay, and then I have jumped into the academic while I'm doing my masters and completed my masters, I become a research assistant, and from there now I have upgraded myself to tutor. Okay, so all these fruitful and nice and good things that happen in my life is based because of my masters in education in UTM. So I would like to strongly suggest or advise whoever willing or wants to take masters in education, yeah, you always can call up UTM or personally go and meet, okay, the course coordinator, or even can ask Dr. Corina. She will help you a lot. Okay. So I think that's all from me, and I also don't know what else to talk. How, Doctor?
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Pativan, for the very inspiring speech. I think you will be a good example for the learn under reason model. So
Yeah,
we can
thank you,
see
Doctor.
that, yeah, we can see that learning additional skills to enhance one's ability to perform their current job or adapt to changes in their industry also helps ensure job stability and success. Yeah, for example, in your case, yeah, Dr. Patiban,
Yeah,
likely benefit, yeah, from receiving training in data analytics, for example, and research, as well as community program that you gain, okay, from your medical field, and also master in chemistry education that increase your competency, yeah, in a field where the role of research and also data analytics, as well as STEM skills, yeah, especially communication skills that has become increasingly important. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Patiban.
yeah, welcome, Doctor. Thank you, thank you.
All right. So now, next, we are pleased to welcome Ms. Zaiti Akmal Zainal Abidin. All right. So let me briefly introduce her. Currently, she is the master student of science education. So she is the very first batch for this program. She is a science teacher at SK Pendidikan Khas Princess Elizabeth JB, which focusing on visual impairment pupils. Okay. She's the pioneer student of Master of Science Education, where she received bronze medal during the 15th Innovation Day organized by School of Education, FSSH, with the innovation product Brilliant. Yeah? So a person that loves the adventurous journey of study, and today she will be sharing with us her expert opinion on why teachers should further the studies in master or PhD. With that, I ask that you give your full attention to Ms. Zaiti and help in welcoming her to the stage. Ms. Zaiti.
Thank you, Doctor. Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good evening to all of the audience which watch with us today. Okay, as Dr. Karina has been introduced just now, my name is Zaiti Akmal binti Zainal Abidin, and you can call me Cikgu Zaiti. And currently, I am teaching at SKPK Princess Elizabeth Johor Bahru. And today I will share with you about why teachers should pursue their study in master or PhD. Okay, first thing first, um, when we choose to pursue our study in master or PhD, we will learn how to improve our teaching skills. Okay, because we can gain an advanced technical understanding of the subject matter of choice in which we can improve our teaching skills. And we also can get to experiment with different setting as the students' background are also different. For example, I tell you my story. When I was in degree, I was introduced by teaching models such as Subel, Brunner, and so on, and a few situations that need to be evaluated and identify what teaching model and that the situation applied. But when I am doing my master now, which is my master of education, specialized in special education, I am not just learn how to identify the teaching and learning models, but I also learn that how to apply these models in my classroom that fits with my pupils' background, uh, and also their identity and behavior. And for your information, SKP Princess Elizabeth focus on visual impaired student, and I am one of the teacher that been posted about a year ago, and I didn't have the basic of such as braille and how to teach the student with visual impairment. Uh, and from there, with time by time, day by day, I learn from my senior teacher how to tackle, how to teach the student, but it is just happen in the school. I didn't get to uh, increase more before I want to pursue I choose to pursue the study in master. But when I decide to pursue my study in master in the last March, and I can see that there is some improvement where I learn how to improve my teaching skills since I was the new teacher in that school. And from there, I learned to analyze every single thing in the classroom, such as from the aspect of behavior, pupils' learning styles, the surrounding on the classroom to maximize the impact of teaching and learning session so that we as a teacher can achieve the learning objective and success criteria that we have been set on our lesson plan. If our learning objective and success criteria didn't achieve on that day, I will try to reflect myself through the teaching and learning session that I had done to improve in the next class by applying any suitable method and teaching model. I mean, at this first point, when I pursue my studies in master, and I have take one of the course which is I being taught by the lecturer about models, teaching and learning models. And from there, I learned how to apply. Before this, I just know that there is a model A, model B, and model C, and so on lah. In this world where it could be applied in the classroom, but I never been to go through the models and applied in my own classroom. And so when I take the master, I learn how to apply and I learn how to analyze those of the issues, those of the obstacle that happen during my class. And that is my first point, why we as a teacher should continue our study in master. And the next is we should preparing ourselves with many adventure in the classroom. As you know that we in the surrounding we exposed with too much social media, and we could easily access the information through the telephones, the laptop, and so on. And kids nowadays are very advanced. They learn how to explore, and their inquiry learning are very active. And in my school, from my experience, my own experience, one of my student did ask me, teacher, do you know there is a new planet being discovered as W something something? I didn't remember what the name of the planet, but I told him the truth that I don't even know that the planet was exist. And same goes with another question, nanotechnology, and he keep asking me, do you know nanotechnology? What is the function of the nanotechnology and so on? How the nanotechnology is be applied in our life? And I could say that the basic thing that I know, and from there, I feel like I was being challenged by their question, by their inquiry learning. And from there, I feel like uh, when I'm done my degree, I was not feel not enough. I have to learn more and more so that I can prepare myself, being more knowledgeable, and can uh, tell the tell the student of what I have learned and what I have known. Because if we just learn by ourselves without we share to them, it just like it is not complete lah. And if we try to flashback in our life when we was in primary school, the most advanced, I think like the most difficult I want to understand is like um, how to understand the complex machine, how it works, the concept of stability and so on. I think that it was the most the most content that I can't understand very well on that time. But when I am a teacher today, I found out that my student is very advanced than me in the primary school. So I think that there is so much importance for the teacher to pursue the study in master, because there are so much challenges, so many adventure, and we need to prepare ourselves with more knowledge, with more preparation, so that any of the situation that we face, we can overcome it calmly. And for the last point of my slot today is when we pursue our study in master, we could get greater opportunities. Okay, when we learn this, we can choose to move to higher roles in education sector by having advanced education. And for such master's program, focusing on cultivating leadership and administration skills, and such as more to leadership position such as principal, school administrator, or the leader of the committee, which is we call in bahasa as ketua panitia. Okay, I think by being a ketua panitia or the leader of the committee, uh, having a master is um, another kelebihan. I don't know what to say in English. Because you have prepared yourself with so much skills, so much knowledge, and so on, so that when the teacher that you guide below you, I mean anak-anak buah, you can answer it. You can guide them how to um, make your classroom better, how to assess the student better, how to make the student uh, perform in science, especially in science subject better, and so on lah. Okay, that is the aspect of ketua panitia. And as a teachers also, we can apply lecturer positions if we interested either in teacher education institute, or we call as IPG, or university. But in this aspect of applying lecturer position, I still myself still explore these chances while I working as a teacher. Maybe one fine day it could benefit me in the future after I have my master in my hand. Okay, I want to share you about the very first journey of my study, which is my last semester, the first semester that ended last July. One of the course I took was about design and implementation of science curriculum, and there are some things I have learned in which I don't get I don't even get to learn while working in school, that is related to developing a science curriculum, because all of the teachers are the implementers, the users of the curriculum, but not all of us are willing or having the chances to be one of the curriculum developer. And I think that most of us are never been exposed to the process of developing a curriculum, because we just use the content that we have learned in school, and we just use the content that we have learned in Okay, I'm so sorry because my line is very unstable. Can you hear me, Dr. Karina? Okay, I'm so sorry because there are some obstacle when happened during live session. Okay, I will continue my point. Okay, um, okay, we as an implementer of the curriculum, we didn't know how to develop which content did we can choose and suitable for our student. Okay, and from what I have learned uh, about design and implementation of science curriculum. Now I try to seek this chance to be one of the curriculum developer, so that I could give some of my ideas to make a little changes in the science curriculum. Maybe if not now or few years later, I try to make a little changes in my own classroom first. After I see the impact of developing our own curriculum, then I will try to seek the chances to be one of the curriculum developer. That is how the most impactful journey that affect me while I'm doing my master. And for maybe this might be a little too ambitious for certain people, but I believe that by pursuing master degree, I could be one of the subject matter expert in my school, or the bigger target is to be one of the curriculum developer. Okay, I think that's all from me for the second session. I will return this stage to Dr. Karina.
All right, thank you, Cikgu Zaiti, for the very insightful speech. Cikgu Zaiti, we have one question from the Facebook for you. So the question is,
Okay.
how does a teaching model impacted the way you teach?
Okay, I will try to answer this question. How does teaching model impact the way I teach my student lah? Okay.
Yes.
For example, I also choose my situation like in my school. Okay, for example, one of my student um likes to walking, to listen some of the music, and he can learn if he didn't explore from by walking around the school or listening to the music. And from there, I need to apply what I have learned, such as I have learned teaching model multiple intelligence by Howard Gardner, because we have 8 types of intelligence. Everyone have intelligence, but we don't know which one is dominant inside us. Okay, so from there I analyzed him, and I found out that he's more to what audio learner and kinesthetic learner, audio and kinesthetic learner. So from there, I have to plan my lesson that can include what he interests, such as music, or such as the lesson that involve the movement. Uh, Especially in science, I think science we more to hands-on. When I try to apply that all of the component that I have analyzed in my classroom, I found out that they're really what we call gembira, suka. They really like my class, and they really enjoyed very much. That is I try to answer it. I hope that it will answer the question lah.
All right. Thank you to Kudogi Alkali for the questions, and thank you to Cikgu Zaiti for the response. Yeah, we received positive comments from Saria Ali and also a reply from Kudogi Alkali. All right, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, do you know that one of the tips for embracing the learning and relearning model is by further your education? Yes, education offers individuals an excellent opportunity to retool their skill sets. example, like what Cikgu Zaiti shared just now, yeah. By joining master degree, furthering one's education can help prepare people for the latest demands in their given fields. Through thoughtful design curricula and instruction from universities experts, individuals returning to school have numerous opportunities to reskill and upskill. This can help professionals either forge successful career changes or develop the expertise needed to stay relevant in their field. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, let's watch this video to get to know more about chemistry postgraduate program. Let's roll it. Right, hello, welcome back. Next, we are pleased to welcome Mr. Sulaiman Kazim. All right, let me brief about him. So, Mr. Sulaiman Kazim, he holds a Bachelor of Science Education in Chemistry 2008 from Abu Zaria, Nigeria, Master in Science Education Chemistry in 2015 from National Open University of Nigeria. He is in the progress of completing his PhD in Science Education Chemistry in Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, Kaduna State, Nigeria. He is also a lecturer at Abu Bakar Tafawa Balawa University, Banti State, Nigeria, and currently he is in UTM, Malaysia for his research bench work. And today he will be sharing his expert opinion on Science Classroom, a pivotal instrument for technological development and application in the 21st century. With that, I again ask that you give your full attention to Mr. Sulaiman Kazim and help in welcoming him to the stage. Mr. Sulaiman Kazim.
Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon. Dr. Mrs. Corina Abdutalib, my supervisor. And I will say I owe you a lot of gratitude for bringing me to UTM as your student. And I'm also grateful to UTM International for also accepting me as a benchwork research student here. Today, to talk about a topic titled Science Classroom, a pivotal instrument for technological development and application in the 21st century. As a background to this topic, or why this topic, or what has motivated me to come and present this topic, is because all my life I have been a science student, right from my NCE days in the college to now. I graduated after my NCE to my degree, and again, now in my PhD program, and as well, I'm still a student, and as well, I'm a teacher. So all my life, it has been classroom and learning. So I find the topic very interesting in the sense that you cannot deviate from aspect of classroom and aspect of teaching and aspect of what? Student. So lifelong learning plays an important role in these three aspects, which is science classroom, the student life, and also the teaching aspect as a teacher. Back to the topic, science classroom as a pivotal instrument for technological development and application in the 21st century. Science can be seen in two forms. One, science can be seen as a process, and science can also be seen as a product. Science process or scientific processes include making observation, forming hypotheses, conducting experiments, testing the hypothesis, and also profiling the result. The outcome of this scientific investigation, it is what is known as scientific product. Scientific product today has formed the basis of science and technological application in the society. Therefore, it is very important for every one of us to know that science being very important in the society and the evolution of the society and the changing nature of science uh, in the society makes it a boundary, or it has become the boundary at which nations and countries are being classified as developed countries, underdeveloped countries, and developing countries. Because before these walls are being considered as developed or developing countries or underdeveloped countries, they look at the level of scientific application and technological application in the society. So science itself and technology is being applied to various sectors of the society. For example, you find the application of science in medicine. Also, science is applied in technology. Science is applied in telecommunication. Science is applied in aeronautical engineering and aerospace engineering. So for today, science classroom is very important in order to meet up with these changes. In order to meet up with these changes, science teachers need to foster or also engage themselves in a program known as lifelong learning so as to enrich their proficiency and performance in the classroom. In so doing, they are able to gain more confidence on teaching and learning process in the classroom. And as such, they are able to gear their teaching and process towards creation of innovative ideas and and also bring about creativity among the students they are teaching in the classroom. And as such, lifelong learning is a process whereby teachers gain more knowledge and experiences throughout their daily life, either for personal experience or for professional development. Lifelong learning also offers teachers numerous advantages. One of the advantages is improvement of professional skills and personal skills. It also improves self-confidence in the teacher. It creates awareness of new approaches in teaching and learning, and also the level of technological advantage present or obtainable in the society. It also provides access to information and create avenue for teachers to collaborate with other sisters institutions so as to develop their skills and professionalism. It opens opportunities and possibility for future development, as in career or teachers who are aspiring to build up their career in either to master level or to a PhD level, and even after PhD level to a postdoctoral degree. For me, as a research student at under UTM, I have chosen to come for bench work, which is one of uh, lifelong learning process, which is one of the process that can assist me to improve in my classroom teaching. In order to one of the some of the reasons that made me to come for uh, your bench work under UTM is one, to improve my research skills, and also to be able to attend a lot of conferences, to be able to meet with other experts in my area in chemistry education and other colleagues and see the way science and technology are being applied in the classroom, and as well as the way science and technology is being practiced in other countries, which is different from my own background. And as such, I have chosen UTM to come and further my studies purposely. Why? To be able to get access to publish international journals, also to publish article with recognized and sound international lecturers and experts from various parts of the world. I'm sure people will ask me, why have I chosen UTM as a place of study? I have chosen UTM as a place of study for so many reasons, of which I can itemize little due to time factor. One of the reasons whereby I've chosen UTM as a place for bench is because UTM is ranked among the is ranked 191 in the QS World University Ranking. Secondly, in UTM, apart from being theoretical, I discovered that over the years through my search through Google and internet, I discovered that technology is applied in every activity and every daily life. In the classroom, in their daily lives and their way of life, technology is being applied. Technology discoveries, researches in the classroom, and technological advancement does not only stop in teaching and writing, but there is live application of technology in UTM. Also, the, my one also another reason why I've come for you why I've chosen UTM as a place of study is there are many sound and renowned international scholars. Also, another reason is because UTM is affordable because of the affordability. Another reason why I've chosen UTM as a place of benchwork is because UTM or Malaysia entirely is hospitable. They welcome people from all around the world, and they accept scholars from all around the world. Not only as a student, they also accept people and scholars from all around the world as a worker to partake in the system of education in order to bring changes and advancement in teaching and learning in the classroom. Lastly, uh, UTM and Malaysia has conducive environment and a good climate. I've been relating it for a while to my friends that the climate that we have here is more or less like the climate we have in Osun State, Nigeria, in terms of temperature, in terms of the vegetation, in terms of the weather and everything around. And Alhamdulillah, it is a place to be. So we urge my colleagues and other experts willing to come over should please give a try to come for bench work or any other postgraduate programs as masters and PhD in the UTM University, University of Technology. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Sulaiman Kazim, for the very wonderful speech. So I think we have one
Thank you, ma.
question on the Facebook. All right. Question from Kudogi Alkali. Okay. Is teaching of science only restricted to classroom? Can you please respond to this, Mr. Sulaiman Kazim?
Okay, ma. Teaching of science does not or is not only restricted to classroom. By classroom, I mean any setting whereby you have an instructor and also student of knowledge. Teaching of science does not only stop at classroom. We have other activities that is being carried out. And in the society and in the environment to ensure teaching, to ensure the impact of knowledge or to be able to transfer knowledge from teacher to student. We have field trip, we have other external activities which can be done, not only in the classroom.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for the response, and I hope it answers Kudogi Alkali's question. All right. Thanks again to Mr. Sulaiman Kazim for the
Thank you.
very wonderful speech. All right. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, to learn, unlearn, and relearn, we have to stay aware of changing trends in our working environment. So people need to make strategic choices when deciding what to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Their choices should align with specific goals such as career advancement or personal growth. By staying aware of changing trends in our industry, for example, like Mr. Sulaiman Kazim, he came to UTM. So by doing this, he gains valuable insights about what new skills he needs to learn, what communication tactics he needs to unlearn, and what methods he needs to relearn. So by reading research publications, joining networking groups on LinkedIn, for example, and other platforms, and attending professional conferences can all help individuals keep up with the new technologies and developments in their fields. With that, let's watch this video. Thus, ladies and gentlemen, all right, now we have come to the question and answer session. So I would like to welcome all the speakers to the screen. All right, so you have any questions that you want to ask to Dr. Patiban, Ms. Zaiti, or Mr. Sulaiman Kazim, so please write your question in the chat box. Okay, so while waiting for the questions from the online audience, so let me ask a question to Dr. Patiban. Yeah. All right, Dr. Patiban, yeah. From your opinion, yeah. So how far this study could guarantee the work career in the future?
Sorry, Doctor, can you repeat again?
Again, yeah. All right. So Dr. Patiban, can you please explain from your experience how far your study, yeah, could guarantee the work career in the future?
Okay, so how far that from my experience, right? So from my experience, I can see that I can utilize the knowledge and skills that I'm learning. I have already learned in my current practice here. So I believe that whoever, regardless of their background, they want to pursue to become an academician or a research based, so a tutor maybe or lecturer. I think it's good to have a master's in education. Okay, even though we are in a different background, when we are teaching certain different background, when there is a master's in education, is an added value where they think that a lecturer or an academician should have a relevant masters that projects them to be able to teach apart from their being a subject matter. So maybe an engineering student, for example, they can be a subject matter expert in their engineering field, but as a plus point, masters in education will bring that they are able to conduct a class. So it's an added advantage in an upcoming education and academic industry.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Hatiban. Okay. So I think time our time is, yeah, we are close to the ending. All right. So for that, I will jump to the conclusion for today's webinar. So I would like to invite all the speakers to give their close statement, yeah, for this webinar. So I would like to welcome the first one, Dr. Patiban, please.
Okay, thank you everyone to be here, and I hope that it will be a good exposure to you all, and hope that you all be joining us soon in UTM. Thank you.
Yes. All right. Next, Miss Baiti or Cikgu Baiti.
Okay, from me, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, from me, if you can, I take the quote from Imam Shafi'i. If you can't stand the fatigue of study, you will feel the poignant of stupidity. Because we, in our life, we didn't stop learning. We always learn and the smallest thing, we still learn. Okay, and for me, to learn is compulsory. To go deeper in what we learn is a choice. Is your um, energy, your time to make a change towards the nation. And for those who are still struggling with studying, learning, just don't give up. And just follow the flow and enjoy your journey.
Yes. All right. Last but not least, from Mr. From Mr. Sulaiman Kazim. Yes, please.
For me, I would say thank you very much for the opportunity given to attend this program. Thank you very much.
Okay, so now we need to make some important announcements. So we will having international conference in science and mathematics education on 8 to 10 November. So please save the date and we are looking forward to seeing you online. So thank you for participating in today's webinar. We hope to see you at UTM until we meet again next time. And to conclude this webinar, I would like to say that to thrive, people need to make space for new ideas and constantly adapt to changing landscapes. So to all awesome people out there trying to ponder, are you ready to expand your professional opportunities, embrace learning, and how to get the most out of your career? Discover how the master's program at Faculty of Social Sciences and Humanities can help you stay ahead. You can contact us through our Facebook or email me the address provided in the chat. So if you are staying in Malacca or near College Matriculasi Malacca, we will having a postgraduate chemistry special program hosted at College Matriculation Malacca. So you no need to travel to UTM. We, the lecturers, will go there to meet you. So please don't wait. Hurry, as we are going to start the class next semester. Hurry, enroll now. So before I end this webinar, I would like to thank the speakers and to those behind the scene, Dr. Farhana, all the chemistry panels, School of Education, Faculty Social Sciences and Humanities, and my wonderful online audience. So with that, I end the webinar with closing video. Bye bye.